Hello and welcome back to Shelf Center. This is Bryce. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If this is something you've been enjoying. You never know, it could happen. Well, we are just about to get to halfway through the list of my top 100 science fiction books of all time. And so we're starting with 60, going down to 51. Then the next one we'll get over the halfway point. So I can't believe we made it. So any qualifications, all the things that I said as to how I made this list, I started with in the first video with starting with 100. So please check there and you'll see kind of how this came about anyway, or what my qualifications are as far as series or standalones or whatever. So let's jump into it. Number 60. Number 60 is The Three-Body Problem by Cixin Liu. And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. This does have its own show now. It was really good, and I am excited to actually read more in the series. I thought it was an interesting sci-fi concept that I had not seen before, and I've read a healthy amount here, as you're seeing, and just kind of, I thought it's just kind of utilization of kind of programming, computer programming and whatnot, being like really interesting. And so a lot of good things going for it, and a really interesting concept. All right, I've learned what books have not made it through my many moves and whatnot. So I definitely had downsides to come here, but I do have the next book in the series. But this is going to be Coalition's End is what I'm talking about, but it's a Gears of War book by Karen Travis. I'm as surprised as you are, but Gears of War books by Karen Travis are very good. So they're very well done. I don't even, I think I've played Gears of War like once or twice in my life, and it was interesting and definitely compelling, very cool. But this made me very interested, and then again I didn't play, but made me interested in continuing reading. Really just interesting and just high action, crazy stuff happening, but well told. I am usually a little suspicious of any kind of novelizations from either movies or video games, but Karen Travis has what it takes and definitely impressed me. Number 58 goes back for me quite a bit. I mean, we're talking back to elementary school, and so it's actually not this book again. I couldn't even find this one. I know I gave it to my kids. Who knows where it is now? But this is the sequel or a companion novel to The Giver by Lois Lowry, and you've read The Giver, right? So you know why. It's just an interesting tale of the future. It's a weird kind of more post-apocalyptic, maybe a stretch for sci-fi. I'll give you that. But I just thought it's a good tale. It's very interesting and thought-provoking, even for a kid. Right? Because that's usually who reads it. And I should probably read it again, to be honest. Number 57. This is actually multiple books in the series because it's a great series. The Lives of Tao. This is actually The Deaths of Tao. And this is the advanced reading copy, actually, that I got from Angry Robot. Really cool. And it's led me to continue to read Wesley Chu. And you'll see other books, or at least one more book on this list. But this is just an interesting concept of aliens coming down, but I like when aliens aren't just bipedal and kind of just look like weird humans in form. I like when we go to, why would they just be like that? But these are ones that can essentially inhabit a human's body, and they kind of work together. They're like a symbiote or something. But then they're vast intellect or vast knowledge of all of human history comes into play and helps you out. And so it's really cool. Like I said, it says the lives of Tao, because you get all of them at your disposal, right? But then also you're part of this thing. And so it becomes more like a spy thriller too, as well as an alien encounter kind of thing. So really well done. All right, number 56. I'm going with Fahrenheit 451 by the late, the great Ray Bradbury. Just a genius. This is, again, one of the few books in high school that I read that I actually enjoyed. And I remember being told I wasn't going to like it, but man, did I like it. And again, maybe it's the contrarian in me, who knows. Just great concept. Again, this kind of scary world of book burning. Because you've got to keep the masses under your toe, or under your foot. So Just a good thought provoker. Again, not unlike one of my favorite movies of all time, Equilibrium, which clearly borrows, let's be honest, from Fahrenheit 451. I mean, just the first like opening scene, I think. It's like, oh, this is Fahrenheit 451. But anyway, I thought it was just really well done, and it predicts. I mean, are we not all with our little boxes in our ears and walking around in our own little worlds? I predicted a lot, frankly, it seems like. So it's a pretty cool book. Number 55, this is The Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch by Philip K. Dick. It is definitely not my least favorite. That goes to of Philip K. Dick, and I do have more favorites that you'll see. This was a good one. This was a very solid entry for Philip K. Dick. I did not like The Man in the High Castle. It is like, I read somewhere that it was told by him using tea leaves to like predict the next thing, and it was like, yeah, it shows. It doesn't even have like a point to it, seemingly. But anyway, Three Stigmata, I didn't mean for this to be about that one. Three Stigmata is really good. It's really interesting. It's got like kind of almost like this like computer world type thing, like virtual world concept to it. It's got a lot going for it, and it's Philip K. Dick goodness. So you know it's going to be kind of crazy, and I'm surprised they haven't made a movie out of it yet. Unless they have, and I'm just behind the times. 54, I'm going with Wistful Ascending by J.C.M. Byrne. This is just a cool series. I mean, you've got heart, you've got cool aliens, interesting aliens, crazy aliens, and you've got like your main character that is just easy to root for, and you know, almost like a superhero but in space. And so it's got so much going for it. It's really cool, really good, and it just makes me want to read more the more I talk about it. All right, 53, I told you there'd be more Wesley Chu, and this is Time Salvager by Wesley Chu. It's pretty cool concept involving time, right? And kind of conserving it, stealing it, taking it. It's pretty interesting. A little post-apocalyptic in some ways, but it is like spaceships and whatnot. But it is cool. It's very, it's like, again, high octane is what Wesley Chu does best, and this is definitely one of those. Number 52, we've got Recursion by Blake Crouch. This is probably actually my, like, if I'm being honest, my least favorite of the Blake Crouch books, but it's still made it up this high. It's really good. His what he does the least good is still really, really good. But I enjoyed it. I liked other books better, like Dark Matter, which you'll see in a little bit. But Recursion's cool. It's a really good concept. Again, I love that Crouch gets you a good concept, but it's standalone. It's not, and it goes. He takes it in ways that I'm not expecting at all, but they work. That's the important part. I've learned from other books that I've read recently that you can take it in ways that you're not expecting, and it will be terrible, or it's just like, oh, you just did nothing with that. That's not what I was expecting, was the nothing. Our number 51, we are almost there to halfway, and it's Gateway by Frederick Pohl. I actually only have the sequel. I thought I had Gateway somewhere, and I might even, but this is a really interesting concept. It's really well done. It's well told. I was, it had me the whole time, right? It wasn't just about the ideas. It was good. It was about the character too, but also then there were things the character did that I did not like. So I had my concerns too. So, but it's a very cool concept, but done well and interestingly, and explored in a fun way. And I mean, essentially there's these aliens that no longer are here, but left all these spaceships on this place that is called now Gateway. And you can go there, take all these spaceships, so you can take one at a time, obviously. They can fit between, what was it, like 1 to 5 people or something like that. And some may go to a place that you find interesting, that you can milk for all it's worth monetarily. Others might have gone to something that they were monitoring and now is a black hole and you're dead. So that's great. What a fun way to go there. There's just all kinds of just things. It's literally like the Wild West, because you could make your fortune, and more likely you caught one that maybe it worked before and now it just ran out of gas, whatever powers it. We don't even know that, so it's this really cool concept that you're like, take your life in your hands and go explore. Anyway, highly recommended. So that's been my top 50. I would say my top 50 so far, my top science fiction books of all time. And so we're getting there. We're getting to some really good ones. I've already mentioned a number of really of books that I've really enjoyed. And so we're just trucking along here. So anyway, let me know if you have any thoughts about reading any of these. If any kind of pique your curiosity, let me know about that. Let me know if you've read them already and you disagree completely because I'm totally wrong. I'd love to hear that too. Just, in a kind way. And anyway, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you. Bye.